Ever wondered how to make your own delicious chocolate at home? Well, you're certainly not alone. The art of chocolate making has a rich history, dating back over 3,000 years to ancient Mesoamerica. Fast forward to today, and we have an incredible variety of chocolates from milky and creamy to dark and bitter, each with its unique charm. There's something magical about creating your own chocolate, a process that allows you to handpick every ingredient, controlling the quality and the flavors. It's not just about the end product, but the journey it takes to get there. Roasting the cacao beans, grinding them down, carefully tempering the chocolate, and adding your own personal touch. It's a fun, rewarding experience that not only satiates your sweet tooth, but also gives you a newfound appreciation for the artistry and craftsmanship that goes into every piece of chocolate we consume. So, ready to uncover the secrets of making delicious homemade chocolate? Stay tuned. Before we dive in, let's gather all the necessary tools and ingredients. The art of making chocolate requires precision, so having the right tools is crucial. You'll need a good quality grinder to grind the cocoa beans into a fine powder. A thermometer is essential to keep track of the temperature during the tempering process. And of course, a spatula and a baking sheet for the final stage. Now let's talk about ingredients. We're going to need cocoa beans, of course. They're the heart of the chocolate, and their quality will greatly affect the final product. Sugar is also a must to balance the bitterness of the cocoa. Some people also like to add cocoa butter for a smoother texture and richer flavor. Last but not least, a pinch of salt to enhance all the flavors. Remember, the quality of your ingredients is key. Choose them carefully, and your chocolate will surely be a hit. Now that we've got everything we need, it's time to start the chocolate making process. The first step in our chocolate making journey begins with roasting and grinding the cocoa beans. Roasting and grinding, two vital steps that transform the humble cocoa bean into the foundation of our beloved chocolate. Now, one might wonder, why roast these beans at all? Well, roasting is essential as it helps to bring out the rich, deep flavors that we associate with chocolate. Imagine this: the cocoa beans, nestled in a roasting pan, are slowly heated. As the temperature climbs, something magical happens. The heat starts to break down the beans' cell walls, releasing their inherent aromas and flavors. This process, known as pyrolysis, is what gives chocolate its distinctive taste and smell. Depending on the desired flavor profile, the roasting time and temperature can be adjusted. A shorter roast at a higher temperature will yield a robust, intense flavor, while a longer roast at a lower temperature will produce a more nuanced, complex taste. But we're not done yet. Once the beans are roasted to perfection, it's time for grinding. Now, grinding may sound straightforward, but it is a crucial step in our chocolate-making journey. As the roasted beans are ground, the friction generates heat, which melts the cocoa butter within the beans. This transforms the solid beans into a flowing river of liquid chocolate, also known as cocoa liquor. The grinding process also refines the chocolate. As the cocoa beans are ground down, their particles become smaller and smaller, resulting in a smoother texture. This is important because the smoother the chocolate, the more delightful it feels on the tongue. The cocoa liquor, now a fragrant, flowing symphony of flavors, is the base from which all chocolate is made. It's at this point that the chocolate maker can start adding other ingredients like sugar, milk, or additional cocoa butter to shape the chocolate's final taste and texture. With our cocoa beans roasted and ground, we're ready to move on to the next step. Remember, patience is key in this process. The art of chocolate making is a labor of love, and each step brings us closer to that sweet, delectable reward. Now we enter into the stages of conching and tempering, where our chocolate starts to take shape. Imagine a symphony, where each instrument comes together to create a harmonious melody. The conching and tempering processes are akin to this, where the cocoa beans are transformed into the velvety, glossy chocolate that we all adore. First, let's delve into conching. This stage is named after the conch-like vessel in which it occurs. Here, the chocolate is heated to a specific temperature, typically around 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The chocolate is then ground continuously, often for several hours. This grinding helps to refine the particles of cocoa and sugar, giving our chocolate that desirable smooth texture. But the magic of conching doesn't stop at texture alone. This process also develops the chocolate's flavor profile by allowing volatile, unwanted aromas to escape. So what we're left with is a pure, unadulterated, chocolatey goodness. Now, we move on to the tempering process. This is where we cool our chocolate and then gently reheat it. This might seem like a simple step, but it's crucial for achieving that shiny finish and that satisfying snap when you break a piece of chocolate. Tempering involves a delicate balance of temperature changes. We first cool the chocolate until it reaches about 82 degrees Fahrenheit, then slowly raise the temperature to around 88 to 90 degrees. This process encourages the formation of stable cocoa butter crystals, which give our chocolate its glossy appearance and firm texture. The perfect tempering can feel like a dance, a delicate ballet of heat and coolness, and it's this dance that gives our chocolate its final mouth-watering form. So there you have it, the art and science of conching and tempering, the symphony that transforms humble cocoa beans into the finest chocolate. With our chocolate conched and tempered, we're almost at the end of our chocolate-making journey. We're now ready for the final step, adding our personal touch to the chocolate. This is where your creativity can truly shine. Whether you're a fan of crunchy nuts, tangy dried fruits, or even a dash of heat with spices, the choices are endless. Perhaps you're fond of a classic combination like sea salt and caramel, or maybe you want to go bold with chili and cinnamon. It's your masterpiece after all. Now let's take a swift journey back through the steps we've covered. First, we delved into the art of chocolate making, appreciating its rich history and irresistible allure. Then we gathered our essential tools and ingredients. We learned the importance of roasting and grinding cocoa beans, followed by the meticulous processes of conching and tempering. And there you have it, your own homemade delicious chocolate. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't worry if you don't get it right the first time.